All right, Shalom. Before I start, we give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Korash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa Akwath, learning, teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit, your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. Hey, this one right here, I got this clip. Actually going to be using two clips, pointing out the hypocrisy of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Again, you know, you have this whole black fatigue thing going around, which, hey, granted, right? Hey, you know, niggas do need to stop nigging. Many of our people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, have taken on very nasty habits in these last days and times, their actions, their thoughts, their speech. Nevertheless, we know scripturally that there's a true villain on the earth. There's a true antagonist. There's a true wicked one. And that's the Edomites, the enemy, the antithesis of the Israelites. The so-called white man is the biblical Edomites, and they are the bad guy, the villain of the earth. They've painted a picture to make the world believe that we are when I say we, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites, the so-called white man has painted the picture that the problem of the world is blacks and Latinos, right? That all bad things come from us and it's all of our fault. We're thieves and criminals. But when you look into his track record, he's the real foul, absolute demon. And he actually leads in all of the negative statistics that he loves to try to apply to us. You know, hey, the accuser of our brethren, right? It's going to be a glorious day when this man gets hit with the truth and he can no longer lie his way out of it. So I'm going to start with this first video highlighting this son of a bitch's hypocrisy. So let's play this.
Go.
Damn
The lead murderers in America are white men. The lead robbers in America are white men. The largest amount of rapists are white men. The highest number of domestic abusers is white men. The highest number of arrested pedophiles is white men. The greatest number of drug dealers arrested is white men. But if you ask the average American who are the proponents of crime, is a black face to it. They're now trying to create this narrative that the immigrants are bringing in the crime because they never want to own up to what it is that they have done. Part of our responsibility is to pull the sheets off. We had a shooting here in Georgia not long ago. A young man named Colt, 14 years old, went shot up his high school. His father's now being charged. Can you imagine what conversation me and you would be having if Colt was black and Colt's black father gave him a gun? The television, the internet would explode on the irresponsibility of black fathers, on why it is that young black men have guns and are carrying guns. It has always shifted to make black men feel hyper-aggressive, hypersexual, and hyper-criminalized. It's part of a larger, historic, original sin of America that always criminalizes and points their fingers at black men when it's absolutely not true. The overwhelming majority, Cam, of black men who are under penal supervision are under penal supervision for non-violent offenses. They're on ankle bracelets, home monitors, on parole, on probation, for possession, not for distribution. It may not sound like it's significant, but it's very meaningful. And so that's why it is that we've got to ask the hard and the difficult questions. Where is criminal justice in America? And is justice just us?
Go ahead.
So right there, hey, he went down the list. And interestingly enough, y'all, what you see right here and the listing in the 50 states is serial killers from the 50 states, and they're all Edomite males. And some of them, right, the I-90 killer, John Wayne Gracie. I'm just listening, you know, some of the famous ones. Ted Bundy. the Iceman, Toy Box Killer. And these were dudes, these 70s, 80s, some of them the 90s, right? These are all Edomites. These are all white males, serial killers, and child molesters, rapists, right? Mix all that in a bunch. This guy is literally the #1 human predator on the earth, sexually and violently. Yet he's been able to point the finger at us and make everyone hop on board. That's one of the gifts that was given to Esau. He's able to. He's a chief accuser. If the white man points the finger at you, you need to run, because people will believe him. So let's do this. Now I want to go. We're gonna take it back to Genesis. What did it say of Cain? Right. We know that the spirit that was in Cain would go on to be the spirit that is in Esau. And what was it said concerning Cain? Does he align himself with the Heavenly Father, or does he align himself with Satan? Let's take a look. Genesis 4. I want to start at verse. I'll start right at verse 7. Straight at it, straight to business. It says, "If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him." Now, this is in the KJV, so it can be a little bit confusing, the wording. But right here, we learned that Cain, he's inclined to do evil. Sin lieth at the door, meaning what? His footsteps, the principality that he moves in is of evil, Satan. He is guided by wickedness. It says, "And thou shalt rule over him." It's really the opposite. All of Esau's actions are guided by evil, right? And we know that the seed line of Cain, you go read in the book of Josephus, what did they start to do, y'all? Roll around as the original marauders of the earth, killing people, taking lands, calling things after their names. This is the spirit that these people get down in, yet they've been able to shift the blame to us. None of the major problems that most Americans face and people in the world, black so-called Negroes, have no authority over. Black people are not the reason why your taxes are high. We're not the reason why your houses are unaffordable, your vehicles are unaffordable. We do not affect anybody's potable water, meaning drinking water. We don't control the facilities that release poisonous chemicals into the air. We do not control the facilities that make food out of GMOs and other forever chemicals, PFOS, PFOSs, and PFASs, right? We do not own any of the planet-breaking weaponry manufacturing companies, right? Lockheed Martin and whatnot. All these things that cause problems in the earth are owned and performed by so-called white people. Yet, we somehow get the blame. Ain't that amazing? And then right here, we see that sin lies at the door of Cain. So if it lies at his door, it lies at Esau's door, which is why it says what? You go back to, let me get this. I'm going to go to Psalms 36 and 4. Yep. Psalms 36. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is good. Wow, I can start at verse 1. Yeah, this is real good. It says, "The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes." Plain and simple. Who's the biggest atheist on the earth? The so-called white man. Godless creature. It says, "For he flattereth himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful." So everything that he does, he believes that he's righteous and that he's justified in it. And now he's done so much evil in the world that he's getting a bad report for it, right? He's being found to be vile. And now what does he do? Point the finger. Rather than accept his evil in the world, what does he do? Well, y'all still... Hey, wait a minute. Hey, y'all are dropping bombs on kids. Well, black people, Black people have high illiteracy rates. Well, y'all in these past couple centuries have destabilized the Middle East and caused countless bloodshed. Well, Latinos are immigrants. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Just this back and forth yo-yo of bullshit, rather than take accountability. Verse 3, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He's a demon. He doesn't do what's righteous. Plain and simple. Verse 4, he deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. Every day Edomites wake up, they devise in mischief evil. Right? It says they abhor not evil, meaning they don't avoid it. They don't have an issue with it. They embrace evil. It's a part of their culture. They just loose ass women, right? Drugs, murder, defiling foods, lying, corporate, you know, taxing you on this. Just a demon. Every part of his system, every part of his culture is completely against what the scriptures say, and he loves it. He wouldn't have it any other way. He loved it in Greece, he loved it in Rome, and is back here now in America. So next clip, I'm gonna pull this, and I've seen brothers posting this. Hey, Shalom, my brother Labana. This is his channel. I endure these last days for another one to pair with this, right? Can't make it up.
What race has the highest number of serial killers?
White dudes.
You think so?
It's fucking
You don't even
Caucasian
want,
dudes.
You don't even want to give it a shot?
Nope.
You're white.
It's Caucasian dudes.
Really?
Yes.
What do you think?
Can I hear the options first?
Well, there's really no options, there's percentages. So, I mean, white dudes are definitely in there, but what do you think the percentages are?
Of serial killers?
Of all the serial killers in the world, in the history of the universe, what is the percentage?
Percentage. Of the most. I'm going at least 40, bro. 51.
Percent what?
Caucasian males. White males.
White men. It's 82% white men.
Tell you, bro. That's
82%?
I would not get 82, but I knew it was them. God damn, man.
15% is black, and then the other percentages are the other ethnicities. So they're way down there. I think it's like 5% or 4% or something like that.
Do you guys ever see those racist comment sections of people going, well, whenever they see like one black guy stealing a candy bar or something? They go, well, as if all black people steal stuff. But for serial killers, I want to go, well.
It's
killers.
It's true.
What percent again?
82%, y'all. 82 fucking percent. Serial killers, y'all. But are you surprised? No, because who was the first man to take life? Cain. A fucking killer. A murderer, excuse me. And the spirit that was in Cain went on to be the spirit that is in Edom. So is it a surprise? Not to us. But the way he's painted his image in this world, y'all, he's the knight in shining armor. He's the establisher of law and order. But he's a complete psychomaniac. And because he's been able to put on a three-piece suit and play as James Bond, you people have fucking fell for him, right? You people have been deceived. This dude's a whole demon, and everybody knows it subconsciously, and they're just trying to pretend like it's not true, but it is true, nigga. It is true.
Okay, I was gonna say if it was like 50, maybe, because there's so many white people, but
No,
82.
82%. That's kind of crazy, folks. What is that?
So if all black people steal, does that mean all white people kill?
All black people like chicken.
I didn't say that.
Look, all black people like chicken. I'll take that. I'll take it. Because we do. We like some chicken. But isn't that crazy? 82%.
I would love to find out why, bro. I knew it was white males, but I would love to find out why.
And we know why, because that's the spirit of Esau. He's a killer. We just read why. Matter of fact, y'all, what did Esau say concerning his brother Jacob? So who's the real killers? Who's the real bad guys of the earth? They kill animals. They drop trash in space, right? Who's the real guy on the earth causing problems? Because he's been masquerading around as if he's a God-sent saint, but he's really a fucking hellhound. Genesis 27 and what? What did Esau plan to... Jacob didn't ever say no shit like this. Jacob might not have liked it, his brother, but damn. What did Esau say? Genesis 27, let's start at verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So the blessing given to Esau, one of them is the sword. And it says that's how he'll live. He is a war-mongering people. The Edomites in history are known for traveling around causing havoc. Who shows what people in today's world display that mentality and those actions? Everywhere they go, there's a war. The so-called white man. And if he doesn't have one, he'll make an excuse. He'll use a false flag to perpetuate one, or to perpetrate one, to begin a war, so he can have reason to get you up out your land, or whatever nefarious means. This is how they do, right? Verse 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Excuse me, y'all. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So this dude can even he couldn't even let his father touch down in the dirt. He said he's gonna kill his twin brother, y'all, over the blessing. Who displays that spirit today of people so they can't even move 2 feet? They admit they express their desire, the need to kill a nigga, to kill their brother. The Edomites, the so-called white man, their answer to everything is drop bombs on it. Who are we trying to kid?
I knew it was white males, but I would love to find out why. I don't know. Let me ask you.
That's the spirit that's in them. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. One more. I'm sorry, taking it back. Because how are they described in their natures? Jacob and Esau. Excuse me. He said he wanted to know why. So I'm showing you why. Genesis 25. Where is that at? Genesis 25. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yep, Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. You look up that word plain, we know it's perfect, right? Upright, holy. For Esau, it says that he's a hunter, literally. He's a seek and destroy. He's a predator. He destroys the earth, he destroys the animals, and he destroys the people. He's a cruel tyrant, a cruel king, right? That's your answer. The so-called white man is the lead serial killers of the earth because in his spirit he is naturally a killer, a murderer.
Since all white people kill.
How many people have you killed, Colby?
Don't look at it like that.
Isn't that crazy?
That's not a good
That's
look.
way up there.
Oh, honey, you can't be racist to white people. Might be thinking of racial prejudice, but that also doesn't apply here. Because I was simply sharing facts. When it comes to unaliving their intimate partner, or their family, or even their infant, also the elders. Look at that, yeah, 54.4% white offenders. 59.2% for the family there. 55.4, 54.5. So as you can see, white man with anger problems is indeed relevant to a family homicide. Let's not even get into the data on serial killers. Would you really be surprised to know that they tend to be white men? Because 82% are. And think about all the school unalivers. What were they? Yeah, they tend to be
School shooters.
white males. And saying that doesn't make me racist. It makes me accurate.
Hey, yep. And even though this scripture was being told to wicked niggas, but who is it referencing? Esau, literally. Ye are of your father the devil, because them niggas was acting like Edomites. Right? So who's the real villain and the real problem of the earth? I want y'all to really think about that. That's 82 fucking percent. That means 8 times out of 10, right? If some big murder type shit pops off, who's really behind it? Esau. Now, do niggas be killing each other? Oh, yes, of course, right? What do you think? All the shit going on in the hood, obviously. But we can't hold a candle to the so-called white man. A nigga has to physically go about somewhere to harm you. The so-called white man has the power to wipe your country out from across the planet with the press of a couple buttons and clicks with some automated little robots. Who's a real killer, right? It's not even comparable. And one of Esau's best tactics that he's done to throw people off from his trail is what? Psalms 50 and 20 through 21. It says, 19, fucking perfect. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. The so-called white man loves to frame us with lies, with slander. Do our people do wickedness? Oh yes, of course. We're not down that, and the monkeys are gonna die. When we are being truthful, who is the real antagonist of the earth? You got to keep it a buck. Who they just now said, y'all, if I remember correctly, I saw an article. They said I believe they said the orcas are now past the point of return. The whales, right? Did blacks and Latinos and Native Americans, are we the reason why why orcas are going extinct? Are we the reason why the dodo birds went extinct? Are the Native Americans the reason why the American buffaloes went extinct? No, because as long as Gad and Reuben and the other tribes are over here, the buffalo were doing all right. Then who shows up? Esau Edom, exterminates them, stacks them on piles. Y'all go look up the second American extinction, which is the time period from the so-called Europeans coming to the Americas, right, the 1400s up till now. He's wiped out more animal populations from 1400s till now than we've wiped out since motherfuckers been counting numbers. You understand what I'm saying? He's wiped out animals in Madagascar, wiped out animals in Australia. What happened to the Tasmanian devil? The so-called white man happened. That's what the fuck happened. That's what the fuck happened. He's a finger pointer, the ultimate finger pointer. Psalms 50 and 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. This is spiritual, man. This is so spiritual. How this verse is worded. You know, hey, because you could take this and try to apply it to any of your body. Okay, fine, whatever. But hey, who does this fit perfectly, truly, y'all? Esau, Edom, the relationship between Jacob and Esau, brothers. And Esau loves to frame us. He loves to slander us as the bad guy. We're bad, ugly, black, dark. We steal, we stink. We're unintelligent. Yet, when you really look back, he fits all these qualities. He's just like I said. Put out a couple movies, right? Mission Impossible, James Bond, 007, Thor. And now you look up and worship this motherfucker, but he's really the demon of the earth. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And that's what I can't wait on, y'all, for the vindication to be justified and cleared by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because let the so-called white man tell it, we're the plague of the earth, y'all. We're the offscouring of all things unto this day, like it says in 1 Corinthians 4. But he's the fucking top CIDE, right? The different, homicide, suicide, infanticide. He leads in all of them, keeping it a whole buck. But you wouldn't know that from looking at his media. So, hey, that's it, y'all. Let me give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem. Kakorash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the Akim Wa'akwath, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Shalom.